COVID-19 death toll globally have surpassed 728,000 with over 12 million recovered and about 19.7 million confirmed cases. The WHO warned in late July 2020 that COVID-19 is taking a major toll on healthcare workers on the African continent with over 10,000 infected so far. The WHO also declared the COVID-19 pandemic the most severe global health emergency the WHO has ever had to deal with. The World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said in the past 6 weeks the number of COVID-19 cases globally has doubled. In early August 2020, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said by mid-July 2020, schools were closed in more than 160 countries, affecting over 1 billion students. Of that, at least 40 million children has missed out on education in their critical preschool year, and parents, especially women, have been forced to take on heavy care burden in the home. 1. The United States is leading the world with COVID-19 infections in early August 2020 with over 5 million confirmed cases and over 162,000 deaths. Dr. Deborah Birx warned on CNN that people in rural America is not immune or protected from COVID-19. She said it is just as widespread in the rural areas as in the urban areas. COVID-19 cases are surging in Florida, Texas, Ohio, California, and Arizona. California is dealing with testing shortages and long wait time for labs to give back COVID-19 test results. In early August, California reported more than 500,000 confirmed cases in the state. Blacks and Hispanic individuals seems to be disproportionately affected by the virus. In late July 2020, people in Puerto Rico protest for the closure of the San Juan International Airport to non-essential travelers because tourists vacationing on the island are seen not wearing any mask or practicing physical distancing despite rising cases of COVID-19 infections. The Socialist Workers Movement organized the protest. It is also being reported in late July 2020 that Robert O'Brien, the National Security Advisor for the United States, has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. The biotech company Moderna Inc. and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases has started phase 3 clinical trial for a COVID-19 vaccine. 30,000 people that test negative for COVID-19 are expected to participate in the trial. COVID-19 is on track to be the third leading cause of death this year in the United States, behind heart disease and cancer. The United States Commerce Department reports a 33% drop in economic output in 3 months due to COVID-19 lockdown in the second quarter of 2020. 2. Despite having about 1,003 confirmed cases of COVID-19 with about 745 recovered and 13 deaths, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website recommends travelers avoid non-essential travel to Jamaica. The website says travelers at increased risk for severe illness from COVID-19 should consider postponing all travel, including essential travel, to Jamaica. It goes on to say COVID-19 risk in Jamaica is high, and if you get sick in Jamaica and need medical care, resources may be limited. 3. In Canada, the drug remdesivir is approved by Health Canada for treatment of COVID-19, as it has proved to reduce the length of time patients are sick. Health Canada said that It can be given to any severely ill patient who can't breathe on their own. They said the benefit outweighs the risk. An American study shows when taken it reduces hospital patient stay from 15 to 11 days. Canada has also restricted border crossing to travelers wanting to go to Alaska to 5 points in Western Canada to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Canada has over 119,000 confirmed cases with about 10,000 deaths. In Vietnam, in late July 2020, the government locked down Da Nang, the country's third largest city, and evacuated 80,000 tourists after an outbreak of COVID-19 cases. The country has done well so far with about 11 reported deaths and about 841 confirmed cases. 4. In July 2020, Britain has reinstated a 14 days quarantine for travelers coming from Spain. The United Kingdom has 46,500 deaths. Despite having their R number under 1, some parts of the United Kingdom remains under restrictions. Areas like Greater Manchester, East Lancashire, and parts of West Yorkshire. Spain, in late July 2020, has recorded its highest jump in COVID-19 cases since ending its lockdown in June 2020. Spain has over 28,500 deaths. In the first weekend in August 2020, the Health Ministry detected 8,532 new cases, and this does not include updates from Madrid, Catalonia, and Navarra, some of the worst hit areas, suggesting that the true number could be much higher. 5. The Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro says in late July 2020 that he has now tested negative for COVID-19, while his wife, First Lady Michelle Bolsonaro, and Science and Technology Minister Marcos Pontes has reportedly tested positive for COVID-19. The annual New Year's Eve celebration on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro has been cancelled this year in an effort to stop the surge in coronavirus cases. This traditionally sees millions gather on the beach, despite having almost 3.1 million cases and over 101,000 deaths. Brazil has lifted their ban on foreign travelers. In late July 2020, Bolivia's presidential election, that was originally scheduled for September 6, 2020, has been postponed to October 18, 2020 to try stop the rapid spread of the virus in the COVID-19 pandemic. Bolivia has over 89,000 cases with over 3,600 deaths. 6. In the Philippines, total COVID-19 deaths was over 2,200, with almost 68,000 recovered and almost 131,000 confirmed cases. In late July 2020, thousands of people were packed in the Rizal Memorial Sport Complex in Manila for mandatory COVID-19 testing before they could return to their hometowns after many of them lost their jobs during the lockdown. Unemployment in the Philippines have rose over 17% since the beginning of the pandemic. In early August 2020, President Rodrigo Duterte imposed new restrictions after about 80 medical associations warned that it is needed to slow the spread of COVID-19. After the report of about 5,000 new cases in a single day during the first week of August 2020, healthcare workers are warning that the healthcare system could collapse. In early August 2020, the Moroccan government announced new lockdown measures in cities like Casablanca, Tanja, Marrakesh, Fez, and meekness to slow the rising number of COVID-19 cases. Morocco has over 36,600 confirmed cases with about 4,461 deaths. 7. North Korea officially reported its first case of COVID-19 in late July 2020 in the city of Kaesong, near the border of South Korea. President Kim Jong-un declared a state of emergency in the city of Kaesong to try control the spread. In late July 2020, Costa Rican doctors give free COVID-19 tests to Nicaraguans and migrants stuck at the Nicaraguan-Costa Rica border. This is as a result of the Nicaraguan government demanding a negative test result for entry into Nicaragua. In late July 2020, the health minister of the state of Chihuahua, Mexico, Dr. Jesus Grajeda, died from COVID-19 infection. The death toll in Mexico is over 52,000 with about 476,000 confirmed cases, and the president of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, is still refusing to implement a mask mandate even though his health minister is asking people to wear a mask to try and stop the spread of COVID-19. 8. It is said that India has the fastest growing number of COVID-19 cases in the world. India has the third most cases behind Brazil. The United States having the most COVID-19 positive cases in the world. The death toll in early August was about 43,400, the fifth highest in the world behind the United Kingdom. India's Minister of Home Affairs, Amit Shah, announced that he has tested positive for COVID-19. In Argentina, in late July 2020, health authorities are warning about a shortage of intensive care beds in hospitals in and around Buenos Aires. Total confirmed cases in Argentina is about 242,000 with over 4,500 deaths. Amnesty International reported in early July 2020 that Guatemalan doctors, nurses, and cleaners are struggling not only to stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus, but also to pay their rent, as there is severe delays in salary payment by the Guatemalan government. Guatemala has about 56,200 cases with about 2,200 deaths. 9. In late July 2020, Muslims Hajj pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia was limited to about 10,000 people because of strict physical distancing measures in place to try control the spread of COVID-19. In normal years, over 2 million people come to Mecca to attend Hajj. Saudi Arabia has about 289,000 confirmed cases with about 3,200 deaths. The Polish government in late July 2020 has implemented new restrictions on international travelers after a jump in COVID-19 cases. The total number of confirmed cases in Poland is about 52,000 with over 1,800 deaths. In early August 2020, the French government started to put new restrictions on public hygiene rules and made the wearing of masks mandatory in many outdoor spaces in busy areas. The mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, is expected to push for a similar measure in parts of Paris this week. France has about 198,000 confirmed cases with over 30,300 deaths. 10. In early August, Greece is seeing an increase in COVID-19 infections following the lifting of lockdown restrictions. Greece has about 5,300 confirmed cases with about 210 deaths. In Australia, in early August 2020, nightly curfew has been reimposed in the state of Victoria, where a state of disaster has been declared to try stop the spread of COVID-19. The wearing of masks is compulsory in Melbourne, Australia. Australia has over 21,000 confirmed cases with about 295 deaths. In South Africa, in early August 2020, COVID-19 is widespread with about 553,000 confirmed cases with over 10,000 deaths. Medical workers there are saying the number of cases has brought the healthcare system close to collapse. The workers said the system is not ready to deal with COVID-19. As always, thanks for watching. Please thumbs up, share, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Again, try to be grateful and think positive.